Hello everyone. In this Power BI module, we will discuss about data source available in Power BI. So this module will go through what is data source, what are the different types of data source and how we can connect to the data source. Also, we will see how we can connect to the data sources like Excel data and SharePoint Online list. So let's begin with what is data source. In Power BI, a data source refers to the origin or location of data you want to analyze and visualize. Power BI enables users to connect to a wide variety of data sources ranging from a simple Excel spreadsheet to complex databases and cloud-based services like SharePoint Online list. Next, we will discuss about different types of data sources available in Power BI. So in Power BI desktop, we can connect to many data sources by clicking on the Get Data options. Here you can see the Get Data option in the ribbon of the Power BI desktop from where we can connect to the data sources. So the data sources are categorized based on the following, like all data sources, which includes all the data connection type. And the next is the file data sources. This category includes the data sources like Excel, text, CSV, XML, JSON, and PDF. And the third is the database data sources. This category includes the data sources such as SQL servers databases, Oracle databases, MySQL Info, PostgreSQL Info, MariaDB, Snowflake. And the next is Azure data sources. This category includes the data sources such as Azure, Azure Databricks, Azure Cosmos DB, and many more. Power Platform data sources. This section contains sources such as Dataverse, Power BI data source, and Power BI data flows. Online services data sources contains many types of data sources like SharePoint Online list, Microsoft Exchange Online, Dynamic 365 data source, Salesforce objects and Salesforce reports. And the last one is the other data sources. This category of data sources contains SharePoint lists, R script, Python scripts, Spark, and many more. So these are the data sources. Now we will see how we can access the data sources. So for this, we will move on to the Power BI desktop. So here is our Power BI desktop. You can click on the Get Data option to see all the data sources categories available. So if you click on Get Data, you can see the drop down of the Get Data and you can see the data sources. Some of the data sources like Excel workbook and Power BI semantic. These are the common data sources which people work with. And if you want to go furthermore, you can click on more option. Now you can see all data sources which we have discussed now, like the category of the data sources, that is all file, database, Microsoft Fabric, Power Platform, Azure, online service, and others. So here you can see the all data sources, like it will show the all of the data sources which are available in the file, database, Microsoft Fabric, and other in other options. So if I will go to the file databases, you can see the databases or data sources that will get connected to the file. Like we can connect to the file options. So for example, Excel workbook. Similarly, you can see all the databases available. And if we'll go to the Microsoft Fabric, you can see the Power BI semantic models, data flows, and data mats, warehouses, lakehouses, KQL databases. Power Platform, you can go to the Power BI data flows, Dataverse, and many more. So if we'll go to Azure, here it will show the section for the Azure data sources, like what are the Azure data sources are available, which is coming under Azure. Next is the online services. For example, SharePoint Online list. We can connect to the SharePoint Online list and we can work on that. Also, we will see Microsoft Exchange Online. In other option category, you can see web. You can connect to the data sources. If some of the data is available in your websites, you can connect with the web options. Similarly, you can go for the OData feed, Microsoft Exchange, Hadoop file, Spark, Python script, ODBC, Amazon Open Search services, and many more are available. So that's all about what is data sources, what are the different categories of data sources are available, and what are the different types of data sources. Also, we discussed how we can connect to the data sources. In the next session, we will see how we can connect to the Excel data sources, how we can connect to the Excel file, and we will create one report. Thank you so much. We will see you on next video. Hello everyone. In this Power BI session, we will see how we can work with the Excel data sources. In the previous sessions, we saw how we can connect to the Power BI data sources and what is data sources and what are the different types of data sources are available in the Power BI desktop. So to work with Excel data sources, we will navigate to the Power BI desktop. So this is the Power BI desktop. Here you can see the option for to connect the Excel data sources like Excel workbook option. If you click on get data, you can see here different types of common data sources. From there, we can see the Excel workbook option. Okay, so I will click on the Excel workbook and I will select the financial sample workbook and I will click on open. It will open a navigator window for us from where we can check our data available in our Excel sheet. So you can see the financial samples data. From here you can select the multiple tables available in your Excel sheet. For example, I will select the sheet 1 and I will load to our Power BI desktop both the table. But here both the tables contains the similar data, so I will select only one. So you can see the data available in the, it is the preview of your data available in the Excel sheet. Next, you have three options like load, transform data, and cancel. We already talked about these three buttons. If I will click on the transform data option, let's see. It will open Power Query Editor for us from where we can clean, transform our data if required. For example, unit sold, it is a whole number, right? And if I will, you can see the data type is decimal number. Sorry, it is a decimal number as it contains the decimal numbers. So in the rows, you can convert into the whole number. Okay. So whole number. You can click on add new step. It will add the step here. If you will go back and you can see the data, and here you can see the data. If you don't want this step, then you can click on cross button. It will back to your original data. So this is how the we can edit, we can keep the rows, remove the rows. Here you we can go to the transform data. From here you can count the rows, reverse the rows, transpose the rows. Also you can fill the rows, you can move the rows. For example, if you want to move the rows to the third. Okay, see. So once you transform and fill in your data, you can go to the home tab and from here you can click on close and apply. So here I will select the close. I will not select the apply. Once you close, okay. Sorry, we just closed the, but we couldn't load the data. So I will reconnect one more time. So let's select the table and then we will go to the transform data. Once you transform and all, you can click on close and apply option, right? Now you can get the data over here. Okay, it loaded. Okay, that time also it loaded the table, but it is not visible. That's why I thought it is not loaded. Okay, I will delete the table and I will work with this table which is loaded before. Okay, so here you can see the table. Now we can create our visuals in the report view. And if you want to see the table, whole table and data, you can go to the table view and you can see the data which is loaded from the Excel sheet. If your Excel sheet contains multiple tables and you want to create relationship between these tables, then you can go to the model view from where you can create the relationship between the table. So now we will go back to the report view and we will create a single visual. So from here we will select the cells based on the month name. So we will select the month name and we will drag and drop the year field to the x-axis. So now you can see the cells based on the month name and the year. So this is how we can create the report from the Excel table. This is how we can work with the Excel workbook. That's all for today. We will see you on next video. There we will see how we can connect the Power BI desktop to the SharePoint online list. That's all for today. Thank you. Hello everyone. In this Power Automate session, we will work with the SharePoint data sources like SharePoint list and SharePoint folder. We saw in the last video how we can work with the Excel workbook. Also, we saw how we can connect to the data sources. So in this session, we will see how we can work with the SharePoint list and how we can connect the files from the SharePoint library. Before that, I want to tell you what is SharePoint. So, SharePoint is a web-based collaboration platform developed by Microsoft. It is widely used for document management, content management. It has intranet and extranet portals, collaboration, business intelligence, and workflow automation. SharePoint provides a centralized platform where teams and organization can store, organize, share, and access the information from any device with an internet connection. So now let's see how we can work with the SharePoint list. So for this, we will go to the Power BI desktop. So this is the Power BI desktop. From here, we will click on the Get Data option and we will click on More option. From here, we can search for SharePoint list. Otherwise, you can go to the online services and the first option is SharePoint online list. So click on it and then click on Connect. So here we need parameter to connect with site URL. Implementation, there are two options 1.0 and 2.0 and the advanced option. If I will select 1.0 option, then it will load all the columns available in the SharePoint online list. That is, there are some internal columns which we don't use in our Power BI, so we don't need those columns. It will load every column and it will take the storage capacity of Power BI. So it is better to go for 2.0 implementation. So here you can select the view mode option. If I will select the 1.0, there is no view mode option. So in SharePoint, we can select the view mode having two options, that is the default view, which you can see in the SharePoint list when you open the SharePoint list, and you can retrieve all the columns from the SharePoint list. It will get all the internal columns as well if you'll click on the all retrieve all columns from a SharePoint list. So here we will select 2.0 and the default view. We don't need all the columns from the SharePoint list. We will need the columns, those columns which we can select in our view, which we have selected in our view. Next, we need the site URL. So for this, we will go to the our TSInfo Tech developer site. So this is the list which we are exporting to our Power BI desktop, that is the financial samples. This is the site URL. We will copy this site URL and we will use in our SharePoint online list. So now we will click on OK. Basically, once I click on OK, it opens the navigator window and it will show all the SharePoint list. For your case also, it will ask for credential. You can go to the Microsoft account and you can sign in there and then you can come to this page, navigator page. So for me that page is the sign in option page is skipped because I have already signed in. So from here you can select your list. So let's search here finance. So financial sample list. Here you can see our list. Now you can see all the columns, right? We will load this data. If you need any changes, if you need any changes, then you can go to the transform data option. There you can transform your data or clean your data. If you don't need, then you can directly load your data to the Power BI desktop. So we have loaded the data to Power BI desktop. Now we can use this data to create the Power BI report. So let's take a line chart and from here we will select the country and the cells. Also, I will select the segment option So here you can see the view that based on the country and the segment, we can see the sales, total sales. If I will enable the data label, here you can see the view of the sales based on the country and the segment. This is how we can connect the SharePoint list to the Power BI desktop. Now let's see how we can connect the SharePoint folder to the Power BI desktop. For this, we will go to the More option. Here I will search for SharePoint folder. Now I will click on Connect. Here also it needs site URL. So we will provide the site URL and then we will click on OK. So here you can see it will bring all the folders and files available in the SharePoint site. As we don't need those files, so we will click on Transform Data. So from here, so I will go to the Excel workbook and from here I will upload the product.xlx file in my Power BI desktop, right? So how I can do this? Because it shows all the files available in the SharePoint site, all the files and folder. So for this, I will go to the folder path section. Here I will click on drop down and I will text the filter. Here you can see different types of operations are available. So here I will click on contains. If the folder contains Excel workbook, then it will filter and reflect the output. Okay, let's take Excel only and I will click on OK. Now here you can see folder path contains Excel workbook. Okay, as we have already Excel, now we need the Excel file, product XLX file. So product Excel file. So we will filter all the files. Okay, so click on select all, deselect the select all and select the your file in the folder and then click on OK. Now you can see the only the product XLX file. Now we will combine this file as we don't have any other files to combine. So we will click on this button. So it will combine the file and it will show the output. So here you can see the table 1 and the sheet 1. Combine function will take more than one files data and you can combine more than one file into a single file. So we don't have more than one file, we have only one file. So I will select the file and I will click on OK. So here you can see all the data get extracted from that folder. So you can see this is the source folder now, that is product.xlx file and the name of the name, category, quantity and the unit price of the product. So here we don't need this column, so we will delete this column. So we will click on remove column. So select that column and click on remove column, it will remove the column. Now our data is ready, so we will click on close and apply. So here it is loading all the files and folders to our Power BI desktops. So here you can see the product table, that is category, name, quantity and unit price. Now we will create another page and here we will select area chart and here you can select the unit price based on the category and you can see the report. This is how we can connect to the SharePoint folder, or you can say extract the data from the folder and we can create the report. That's all for today. We will see you on next video where we will see how we can create custom tables using Power BI desktop and how we can use this data in our Power BI report. Thank you so much.